Please welcome to the stage Vice President of Product Management, Jim Abramson, and Director of User Experience, Stacey Van Iderstine.
Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone. So this is the very first time that we've had a dedicated roadmap session at Cvent Connect to share with what we're building with you, for you, event professionals, for everything that you do to connect and collaborate with vendors and venues to host the perfect event. And today you're going to see not just what we're designing and building for you, but why we're investing in these innovations. I'm Jim Abramson, Head of Product for our Hospitality Cloud portfolio, where we focus on building marketplaces and collaboration solutions that both suppliers and event organizers love. And how do we do that? It starts with deeply understanding our customers' needs and pain points. Isn't that right, Stacey?
Absolutely, Jim. I'm Stacey Van Iderstine, Director of User Experience, focused on user research. My team is all about understanding how to make your jobs easier. And my team and I, we're your biggest fans. We obsess about what you do, how you do it, and why it's important to you. We have an incredible customer base of both event professionals and suppliers, which means we are in a unique position to deliver value focused on building connections and enabling collaboration.
So we ended 2024 really getting back to our pre-pandemic selves, really feeling like we were great in-person events booming. But of course, this year our landscape is evolving. Some economic uncertainty with inflation impacts to travel, overall really feeling like there's a lot of caution out there. And of course, with AI. And this new technology is rapidly changing.
But you know what's not changing? Complexity and increased expectation. The ups and downs in our economy and the change AI is driving, I think we can all agree the way that we work is changing. I know I feel like I'm on a roller coaster.
I know, me too. It's super exciting. Isn't this great?
Is it?
Yes. The market is changing very fast, and AI is a disruptor, but we are here for you with Cvent IQ, as you heard from Reggie earlier this morning in his keynote. We are all in this together to take advantage of this new technology, and we are going to thrive.
And we are here for you. But I think everyone is feeling it just differently. Maybe some of you are feeling nervous, and others excited about using AI. Take my kids, for example. My son told me the other day that ChatGPT is his new best friend. Hey, Jim, are your kids spending more time with ChatGPT than with you?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of that too. You know, my 18-year-old daughter, Emma, she really uses ChatGPT on her phone like she's talking into it all the time. This is her go-to, more than Google. And the other day, we actually started talking about boy advice. And yes, I do have lots of advice to give her. But before I had a chance to really get into it, she opens up her phone, starts talking to ChatGPT just like she'd be talking to you or me. I'm like, really? This is where you want to get your information, not from me? But after she read her AI results, I did get to provide my input, which she appreciated. But my fatherly advice really is kind of a shared role at times now. Personally, I'm feeling very optimistic about the future. And check out this quote from the godmother of AI, who says, "The future of AI is not about us versus machine, but it's really about us with machine." And that is a future where this new technology, I feel, is most certainly going to change our lives, helping us be more creative, be more intelligent, and really giving us back that precious time that we have to go build stronger personal relationships. And this is especially true for the newer generations, the Gen Zs and millennials, who are adopting and using this technology at a rapid pace. So, all right, everybody, we're going to take our first poll. So please take out your phones, open up to the Cvent Connect app, and get ready here.
Okay, so Jim is feeling optimistic, even though he's co-parenting with AI. But how are all you feeling? It's time to open that event app up, which of course you have already downloaded by now. Navigate to this session, Roadmap Extended, Planner and Supplier Collaborative Solutions, and access the first poll. Tell us how you're feeling. Are you feeling excited and hopeful? Maybe you're interested, but a bit cautious. Or a little bit concerned about the implications and the speed that AI is moving at. Let's take a minute.
Do we have it showing up on the screen up here? Do we see the result?
So it looks like mostly everyone's in that balance, interested but cautious.
Not sitting in front of the roller coaster quite yet, but ready to go.
In addition to all these changes we've just talked about, you are managing a ton of jobs to make an event successful. And we've been digging into understanding all the numerous job steps you need to make in order to plan an event. Just look at all these stages and steps you need to do. We've outlined 5 stages and 25 steps based on our conversations with you. And we know it's just the tip of the iceberg. Your feedback and insights help us to understand the context so we build the right solutions. We are invested in making your jobs easier, not only in finding efficiencies to squeeze the most out of your days, but inspiring creativity around how you work so you can make better, faster decisions you feel confident about. And all of this means collaboration becomes even more critical. Let's take a listen to why this is particularly important for Anthony from Fusion Performance Group, an agency partner who is collaborating not only with his clients and colleagues, but his vendors and his partners.
What's really important to me is being able to get something in the hands of my clients as quickly as they ask for it, managing the expectations of my clients while also trying to, let them know what the reality is, that I can't do my job for you unless the venues and the partners I'm working with do their job for me. There has definitely been a value in collaborating with events, being able to find out what can be done at these venues. They help with the creativity aspect of, oh, yes, we have this preferred, entertainment vendor when, we can hang things from the ceiling and here's all the branding we've seen before, to help spark ideas to elevate what we're all already doing. It really does take a village.
Okay, so today we're going to show you how we're making these jobs easier for you in 3 areas that we know that you spend time connecting and collaborating with venues and vendors. First is finding venues with the Cvent Supplier Network and finding vendors with the Cvent Vendor Marketplace powered by Reposit. Next is collaborating with venues to diagram out that space for your event and also taking a virtual walkthrough of the event space without even going on site with 3D tours with a Cvent event diagramming. And finally, how seamlessly you can manage room blocks, eliminating manual processes with Cvent Passkey. And we are starting to leverage AI in all of these areas. Okay, so now we're going to kick things off how we're helping with all of those jobs for finding venues and vendors. Please welcome Allie and Tony to the stage.
Thanks, Jim. Hello, everybody. I'm Tony Anselaco, Senior Manager of Customer Success, and I'm joined by my colleague, Ali Hanneschlager, Principal Product Manager. As both Jim and Stacey alluded to, Cvent is all in on navigating the complexities of the event management landscape, fostering further collaboration, and doing more with less. Both Ali and I will be sharing some of the exciting things coming out of the product management team as it relates to venue and vendor sourcing. To start, we should probably give you a bit more information about what Cvent Supplier Network actually is. Ali, give us a rundown real quick.
Absolutely. Cvent Supplier Network, or CSN for short, is a free venue sourcing solution that connects planners with over 330,000 venues around the globe. It helps them easily find and compare spaces, automate and centralize their sourcing efforts, and develop stronger relationships with hospitality partners.
And don't forget, we've expanded our inventory by purchasing Reposit, a vendor marketplace tool that expands our repository of venues like audiovisual, transportation, restaurants, activities, and much more. Repository, you see what I did there?
Sure do, Tony, and I think it's best if we just jump right into the new features. Over the past few years, you've heard about our efforts to modernize the Cvent Supplier Network, and we are excited to announce that we have completed our top-to-bottom refresh of the entire system, spanning from search all the way to RFPs.
Starting with search, we've updated the home page, as well as the venue profile pages, streamlining the design, adding a recent search option, and promoting the most commonly used features like promotions, event diagramming, and Instant Book.
And we are very excited to announce that we have partnered with Because, a hospitality industry leader in sustainability data. This new integration will automatically add a sustainability section to the profile of the thousands of venues participating in the program, ensuring you have the information you need to host environmentally conscious events.
And these search modernization efforts not only make it easier to evaluate venues, they also set the stage for the next generation of sourcing and position Cvent's technology to take advantage of the emerging AI revolution.
And speaking of the next generation, Jim and Stacey, I hear you on kids and AI. I cannot keep my girls off of their tech. Can't say I've had to give any boy advice yet, but maybe in 30, 40 years, something like that. I don't know.
But in all seriousness, with the recent launch of Cvent IQ that Reggie announced this morning, we're going all in on AI. Last year, we unveiled phase 1 of our AI keyword search, so you could describe your event needs like your Starbucks order. I'll have an LA venue for 500 people, extra trendy, but hold the pillar in the middle of the ballroom, please. And later this year, we're launching phase 2 that searches all of our content in our profiles, not just filters.
But you all have continued to challenge us to go beyond these traditional search methods. And we're excited to share that next month, we are launching a closed beta for a new chat-based search recommendation. Powered by Stacey IQ, it combines the power of ChatGPT with the technology and content of CSN, getting you highly relevant options so you can move quickly from discovery to action.
If you're interested, please scan the QR code here to get more information about this beta and any of the other betas you see here today. Making innovations like this successful requires close collaboration with our partners and customers, and we're excited to get your feedback.
And our innovation continues into the redesigned RFP management experience as well. This year, we're working towards a fully AI-generated RFP. No more manual entry of event requests. You can think of it like your personal assistant. And let's be honest, you deserve it.
And starting with this journey with our AI-powered agenda builder that is currently in beta, it can take any open text response or external document detailing the event space needs, and automatically creating an RFP agenda in seconds.
And from there, we're expanding the power of this agent to build out the entire RFP on both CSN and vendor marketplace, which you can see behind me. Similar to the agenda assistant, the RFP builder can read an uploaded document or have a conversation with the user to create the request. The AI agent will also suggest ways to create a stronger RFP, and it'll learn over time to improve accuracy.
Pair that with venue recommendations, and your job just got so much more efficient. The biggest problem you'll have is figuring out what to do with your spare time.
And by spare time, we really mean time to focus on all the other things you have to do, like reviewing proposals, negotiating with venues, setting up site visits, and on. Today, many of these conversations have to take place outside of Cvent because our messaging capabilities are fairly limited. That makes it really difficult to track and manage all these discussions.
But in the second half of this year, we're overhauling our messaging capabilities to make it easier to communicate with suppliers throughout the entire RFP process. You'll have two-way messaging functionality, allowing you to have a conversation with venues directly within Cvent or via email, and all responses record back into the Cvent system, keeping all communication in one spot. It's a seamless way to stay responsive and engaged while also driving the decision-making process forward faster.
And we're also increasing engagement on the vendor marketplace side with 3 new features: the recently launched direct send RFPs, the mobile-friendly response flow for vendors, and the vendor RFP award flow. But let's start with sending the RFP. Previously, planners only had 2 options. They could publish their requests to the marketplace to be matched with vendors, or send individual requests to preferred partners. But with the launch of direct send RFPs, you now also have the flexibility to send your request directly to suppliers of your choice, like restaurants, transportation providers, and more. This brings the vendor RFP workflow in line with the familiar CSN experience, while giving planners more control over the vendors they engage with.
For vendors, responses on the go are much easier with mobile-friendly quote. Too often, vendors respond only via message or not at all, leaving planners in limbo. With this release, structured quotes are placed front and center, right from their mobile device, so suppliers can respond faster and more clearly. And for all of you, especially those at home, this means better data, fewer delays, and more consistent, comparable quotes to inform their decisions.
And lastly, the vendor RFP award flow. Just like awarding an RFP on CSN, planners choose the winning vendor, notify the others of closed business, and track contracted details. This update aligns vendor marketplace with the functionality of Cvent's ecosystem, making it easier to track sourcing wins, close projects cleanly, and power your reporting with real data.
But to truly elevate collaboration, like Jim and Stacey mentioned earlier, we must go beyond just venue and vendor sourcing. So we've been working hard to integrate products from across the Cvent platform to make your jobs easier and more effective. That means feeding up the right tools at the right time in the sourcing process. Let's take the compare bids flow as an example. Back in April, we launched enhancements to link Cvent diagrams to the compare bids report, making it easy to visually compare spaces in addition to comparing date and rate information. We also highlighted Passkey enabled and environmentally friendly venues. And later this year, we'll be adding vendor data as well, centralizing your sourcing data in one place to help you make the most informed decisions.
And when it comes to awarding the RFP, we've integrated event diagramming, Passkey, and vendor marketplace to jumpstart the next stage of event planning.
Here's how it works. When the awarded venue is enabled for diagramming, you are guided to collaborate on layouts directly with suppliers. bringing your event vision to life.
And for Passkey-enabled venues, you'll soon be able to provide direct access between the two tools, allowing planners to set up and manage room blocks right away.
And finally, when you connect directly with your vendor marketplace powered by a Reposit account to start searching and booking vendors. And later this year, we'll make it even easier when we roll out our free basic access for all planners. No contract required.
And we continue to integrate vendor marketplace across other Cvent products as well. First is through access portals. Your team will be able to initiate vendor RFPs directly from Access Portal. The data flows back into your Cvent account so you can maintain visibility and consistency in all of your reports.
Second, we're considering an integration with the budget module. When an RFP is awarded in the vendor marketplace, those costs will automatically populate in your Cvent event budget module, providing a full view of your program costs with no missed details.
And finally, through the meeting request form. You'll soon be able to launch vendor RFPs from within the form itself. And RFP status updates sync back in real time, giving you full transparency without having to switch systems.
So to wrap up this section of today's presentation, let's talk about better engagement with our hotel partners. Did you know that hotel sales staff have a turnover rate of 70 to 80% annually, much higher than the average 15% in other industries? This means planners have to constantly rebuild relationships.
And that's why we're considering an enhancement to the planner profile on Cvent. Rather than focusing solely on basic contact info, we want to showcase your achievements and overall event needs, shifting focus from a single RFP to your whole events program. This will make it easier for hoteliers to get to know the planner and the organization behind the RFP and tailor their responses accordingly. And of course, everything you share is completely up to you. You'll also be able to send direct messages to suppliers outside of an RFP, and this will help you pre-qualify venues as well as build relationships.
We're still in discovery of this feature, so we're going to close this section by taking advantage of the great minds in this room and doing a quick poll. Go ahead and open up the Roadmap Extended Planner and Supplier Collaboration Solutions session in your app again to access this poll and answer. How interested would you be in showcasing your sourcing needs and accomplishments within a profile on CSN? Very interested, somewhat interested, not at all interested, or not sure. Well, in the interest of time, we're going to keep moving ahead while you share your input. But we'd love to chat more about this with you. Come find us in the Innovation Pavilion afterward.
Well, that was a lot of information, Tony, and not a lot of time to give it. So let me do a quick recap. We are making things easier by modernizing our interface for ease of use, providing relevant information at point of use, and integrating AI to streamline your processes through features like AI-powered venue recommendations and our agenda and RFP builders. And don't forget to sign up for those betas. Our integrations allow you to collaborate between teams and systems more seamlessly, whether you're searching for venues, vendors, or both. In short, we're making things sleeker, more informative, and finding ways to save you time in the RFP process.
If you're interested in discussing more, find Allie or I in the Innovation Pavilion after we wrap up today. Now, let's shift gears a bit. You've got the venue, you've secured the vendors, but how are you going to visualize where it all goes? Well, with Cvent diagramming, the pieces fall into place. Please welcome Hannah to tell you more about it.
How's everyone doing today? My name is Hannah Lucas, and I'm a Principal Product Manager on Cvent Diagramming. And I'm so happy to be back with you at Cvent Connect to share some very exciting updates that will help you create diagrams and visualize your event in innovative ways. This year, we're focusing on improvements across the entire event planning journey, from early on when you're choosing a venue, all the way to finalizing those layouts and seating plans. But first, before we dig into it too much, let's start with some of the basics. As some of you may know, Cvent Event Diagramming, formerly Social Tables, is a leading event planning solution that offers everything from attendee management, setup visualization, real-time collaboration, and so much more. And there was a lot of diagramming that was happening last year. You spent 65 million minutes creating nearly 1 million events, 2.5 million diagrams, and adding over 150,000 collaborators. So with all this time that you're spending in the tool, let's kick off the releases that'll help make your job easier, starting with how you find the right venue. Many hotels provide basic meeting space specs and max capacity charts. But that doesn't give you the whole picture of whether or not the venue is going to be a good fit. One of the deciding factors when you're awarding an RFP is if you can truly visualize yourself and your event in the space. That's why for the past 5 years, we've invested in immersive 3D content using Epic's technology, which is the same engine that powers popular video games like Fortnite. And this year, we're making the experience better with not 1, but 2 photorealistic 3D enhancements. First, we have our 3D event designer, which uses Cvent IQ to make setting up a 3D room as simple as typing in a few words. Let's say I want to see what 150 attendees would look like in a classroom-style setup. I would just put that into the assistant, and it automatically configures it for me. It's almost like having a virtual stand-up crew ready for you, automatically going to transform your room in an instant. I could even make some small tweaks. Let's say change it to rounds with chivaris, and watch as it magically updates. This is such an incredible way to turn your concept into something that is real, to bring that napkin sketch that was in your head into a full layout faster than you could probably order a coffee. We're also excited to announce an integration between R3D and Matterport, which is accessible directly from the Cvent Supplier network. Matterport is one of the biggest names in photo tours of pre-function spaces, while R3D shines in dynamic renderings of meeting rooms. With this partnership, we're bringing the best of both worlds together to offer a comprehensive and immersive virtual tour. You'll now be able to walk through the entire venue, starting from the hallways into individual meeting rooms, where you can play around with different setups, so you can fully experience what your event would be like and feel more confident awarding an RFP without setting a foot on site. Okay, now that you've awarded the RFP, let's talk about some enhancements around how you create diagrams and manage seating assignments. First, we're completely reimagining the home page. Today, this view mainly just exists as a simple list of events, but we think there's an opportunity to turn this into something more meaningful. Our goal is to create a personalized experience that's catered just to you. We'll display your events in a calendar view, demonstrate areas of the product where you're excelling, and highlight opportunities to drive additional expertise. So it's not simply just a place where you access events anymore. This will transform the homepage so it can become a central hub for staying organized, insights, and event execution. And speaking of events, we recently released a new way to create them directly from the banquet event order, or BEO. We know that BEOs and diagrams often contain duplicate information, which means wasted time copying over the details into both places, But the new uploader makes event creation as easy as dragging and dropping a BEO. Cvent IQ then extracts key details like the event name, date, and time to build out your event. And soon, the uploader will also read session, property, and layout information to automatically create your diagrams ready for your finishing touches. By transferring these details directly into diagramming, 1, it saves you time, while 2, minimizing the chance that there are any inconsistencies. And next, we have Diagram Assistant, which detects what is currently on the floor plan and shows relevant suggestions based on where you're at in the diagramming process. We know that ramping onto any new tool, regardless of how intuitive it might be, can be challenging sometimes. But this tool makes it simple. So whether you're entering a setup, numbering tables, changing linen colors, adding collaborators, it can all be done easily from a single location. By guiding you through the flow step by step, this update helps you create accurate, polished diagrams, regardless of whether you're a seasoned expert or you're brand new on the job. Now that you've set up your floor plan, let's dive into some improvements around the seating assignment process. This aspect is often one of the most stressful parts of event planning, because there's a lot of logic that comes into play when you're deciding who sits where, and typically, registrations need to close before you can even begin seating, creating a high-pressure situation. Does this sound familiar to anyone? So, this time, I want you to picture yourself. You're finalizing the assignments for a 500-person gala on a frantic Tuesday night. But this time, with just a sentence, your seating populates. VIPs up front, the team's evenly spread. You're already done. Well, that's exactly what the new Seating Assistant launching at the end of this year intends to do. Powered by Cvent IQ, this update turns complex seating logic into automated actions, something no other solution in the industry offers. And taking us home with our last and final enhancement, I have some very big news. Since Cvent acquired Social Tables in 2018, one of the most common asks by planners is, when will there be an integration between Social Tables' suite of visual seating tools and Cvent's registration product? We've been hard at work behind the scenes to make this happen. So, do me a favor, can I get a drum roll? This is live. So this is now live and available for any enterprise customers. This update allows information to flow seamlessly through the products. Registration customers can import a Cvent registrant list into diagramming, where attendees can then be seated at tables using diagramming's robust seating tool. Plus, everything updates automatically, so you can see as cancellations come in or as people check into the event in real time. Your seating assignments will also be visible in your Cvent event, including in on arrival, printed on badges, and included in alert messages. So even with all the last-minute changes that always seem to happen, you'll always have the most up-to-date information no matter which product you're using. So as you can see by these updates, we're investing heavily in improvements that help you work smarter, which is also why this April we welcomed Prism, formerly All Seated, into the Cvent family, which brings over 100,000 new meeting rooms from over 30,000 venues into our library available for you to use. This just solidifies our presence in the event visualization and diagramming space and shows our dedication to continually enhancing your experience. Now, let's focus on another crucial aspect of operations, room block management. And there's no better tool for this than our very own Cvent Passkey. So let's welcome James to the stage to share some more details.
Thanks, Hannah. And good afternoon for everyone here in the room and for our virtual audience online. I'm James Biltz, Senior Principal Solution Consultant, and I'm here to share the exciting updates we have for Passkey. Now, before I joined Cvent, I spent 15 years in hotel catering convention services at hotels as large as 7,000 keys and as small as 300 keys. So I know no matter how big or small your event is, the housing portion can be a huge lift to you as the planner. Trading spreadsheets back and forth with your hotel teams is not only complicated, it's prone to errors and data security risks. This is where Passkey helps so many planners. Let's end the rooming list nightmare together by embracing technology as a better way to collaborate with hotels on your housing needs. With Passkey, we can empower planners to put the right guests in the right rooms with the right billing. No complicated Excel sheets needed to figure out what color was the last round of highlights on that spreadsheet you sent the hotel. Now, many of you are familiar with Passkey from two big use cases, as well as a third, less common scenario. Scenario number one, you book a program at a hotel, and they send you a Passkey booking link and access to your Passkey Planner portal tool. This is great when you have a single hotel event, and you don't need to handle the complexities of subblocks, attendee types, and you're okay with the hotel branding. Even better, working with a hotel Passkey account is 100% free, which is why so many planners seek out hotels that have Passkey when they're doing their sourcing on the Cvent Supplier network. But what happens when you have a multi-hotel event or more complex housing needs? This is where scenario number two comes in. With your own Passkey account, you can create an event with virtually limitless numbers of hotels, attendee types, and subblocks. And this is why Passkey is often the de facto solution for some of the largest, most complex events. The third and final use case is when you want to maintain creative control over your attendee websites and guest experience, but maybe you only have a single hotel event. By owning your own Passkey account, you're in control and can bring your Passkey attendee experience to any hotel in the world. Now, one of our most popular use cases for Passkey for planners is using Passkey as the final stage of event registration. When Passkey and Cvent event registration are connected, once the guest registers for the conference, they get pushed into Passkey to select their room within a curated housing experience designed for their specific attendee and registration type. If this sounds familiar, it's because of what many of you did when you registered for Cvent Connect. You may not have even noticed this because the branding and experience was maintained throughout the journey. This year, we're working to strengthen the connection between Cvent event registration and Passkey so that all the relevant housing data becomes part of your Cvent event registration record. Now, let's start at the beginning. You're ready to build an event in Passkey, but where do you get started? With our new Create Event Wizard, we take the work out of building Passkey events through uploading a rooming list. By simply dragging and dropping a rooming list, our intelligent rooming list assistant, powered by Cvent IQ, analyzes and maps the reservation data into the correct format, attendee type, and room types that you provided. It then calculates the required block before automatically creating the event for you. And no more arguing with hotels and going back and forth when they ask you to use a required Excel format. Now, one of the biggest benefits of Passkey is our ecosystem of connected hotels. Did you know that more than 50,000 hotels support a direct integration to Passkey today? And here's the kicker. We don't charge hotels to integrate. And this year, our integration team is not slowing down. This year, we plan to increase our integrations by over 20%. Hotel integrations provide the gold standard in secure and timely reservation delivery, which means that your reservations get processed faster and with the maximum level of security. Now, with so many new hotel users, we've enhanced our ability to quickly and effectively onboard new hotels to Passkey. When a planner now builds an event, built-in automation will fire emails to hotel contacts on how to access, set up, and use Passkey. This is huge for planners, as it takes one more thing off your ever-growing list of things to get your event set up. And finally, with all the things on your plate, helping your hotel users access Passkey is now a thing of the past. We've built magic links into Passkey emails so that instead of needing to support emails and usernames and logins, users can now click on a link to directly access your Passkey event. Now, one of the biggest use cases for Passkey are events like this, large multi-hotel events. These events can sometimes provide a challenge to planners who want to fill all their blocks with the right attendees in the right hotels. Our new design for multi-hotel events adds rich content attendees have long requested. A big call to action for the headquarters hotel, information about loyalty programs the hotels might belong to, star level and distance to venues. And our enhanced map view incorporates industry standard designs highlighting walking distance versus driving and visually showcasing the venue proximity. The map view is great for larger citywide events where location matters. Overall, these enhancements make it easier for you to empower attendees to book in the block at their desired property. But there's more to modernize, and our booking site enhancements won't just benefit multi-hotel events. Soon we're going to release a new look and feel for an individual hotel's room selection page. This includes upgrade availability calendar and improved presentation for room level amenities and descriptions. Now, once your guests have made their reservations, we need to get them into the hands of your hotel partners. One way is direct integration, and the other is ResHub. This allows you to work with any hotel in the world, as ResHub is compatible with all hotel workflows, regardless of their systems. As a former hotel user of ResHub, I love working with planners on Passkey events, but I was a power user, and maybe not the average hotelier. With so much changing in the world of hotels, we wanted to simplify reservation delivery to properties. Our new ResHub experience takes the lift off of planners by providing clear instructions, easier to manage files, and more. Now, when you work with a hotel version of Passkey, you may be familiar with the Cvent Passkey Planner Portal. This is our collaboration hub where you're with your hotel partners so you can stay up to date about what's going on in your block. Many agencies and housing providers also use the Passkey Planner Portal as a way to give their end user planners access to what's going on with their events. This year, we're rolling out a new design to the Planner Portal that adds enhanced reporting capabilities and a more modern design that mimics what you see in other Cvent tools that you're already using. This will help you get onboarded faster. And as you learned earlier, we're looking to add real-time collaboration into many Cvent tools, including the Cvent Supplier Network and Cvent Event Diagramming. And we're excited to be bringing the same real-time communication engine to Passkey in the future. This feature will allow planners to directly communicate and collaborate with internal stakeholders and hotel users within the app. We know that context and time are critical in housing, so keeping these conversations in the ecosystem will drive faster responses to planners and clear directions to your hotel partners. Enhanced collaboration ensures that both hotels and event planners are always aligned. This results in smoother execution and higher customer satisfaction. Event planners now handle many tasks independently, get the answers they're looking for immediately, and reduce the back and forth communication that often distracts their team and the hotel staff. Now, no finale to our roadmap will be complete without sharing one more way on how we're looking to incorporate Cvent IQ to Passkey. And this is a proof of concept that we're working on developing right now on an AI chatbot. And with so many new planners using Passkey, we imagined how can we make the interface more intuitive for new users? So instead of needing to be a Passkey reservations power user, the chatbot allows users of any skill level make, modify, cancel a reservation, or learn about an upcoming event. We're excited to be continuing to ideate on this idea in the future. And now back over to Jim and Stacey.
James, thank you. All right, everybody. Hope that shows you what we're doing to help connect and collaborate you with suppliers to host the perfect event. Finding venues and vendors, collaborating with venues to diagram out the space, and seamlessly managing room blocks. all leveraging AI to help you get your key jobs done faster and smarter. And we do have one more thing to show you today to help you imagine what the future might look like, to make sure that we're set up for success with the Gen Zs and millennials. And what you're about to see here was presented at our company-wide all-hands earlier this year. And this is Cvent exploring and ideating how we might innovate with AI to evolve our future together. Please check it out.
We're going to look into the future and imagine how AI could drastically change the way our customers do their jobs. These are simply North Star concepts intended to guide us to push boundaries, innovate quickly, and see just how far we can take AI. Hey, Cvent, I need to get started on venue selection for my company's annual Mastering Sales training.
Good morning, Allie. I have found data from 2 previous events with a similar name. Do you have a new date in mind?
Yes, September 3rd. This year, we're also decreasing our budget by 10%, and we need to be close to restaurants for an off-site dinner, as well as having some outdoor social activities. We're thinking Midwest, hopefully Chicago, but what would you recommend?
Chicago is outside your budget. I'd suggest Minneapolis instead. September is considered their off-season, which means fewer crowds and lower rates, ideal for a decreased budget. Historical average daily rates are $270 a night, which will account for 45% of your budget, 10% less than typical events of this length. Based on your event needs, there are 56 venues to review.
Let's go ahead and prioritize being south of the river and 20 miles from an airport. Also, I've uploaded some pictures from past trainings to help narrow down spaces.
Analyzing your current event requirements and your sourcing history, here are the top 3 suggestions. Lofton Hotel has the Lark Room to fit your needs. They recently completed a renovation. Canopy by Hilton has the Snow Room with large north-facing windows that allow for an abundance of natural light. The Hewing Hotel has the Emerson Room, and other planners have given them 5-star reviews for meetings similar to yours.
Wow, these are amazing. Let's remove Hewing Hotel just because it has the least amount of natural light.
Based on an analysis from past event surveys, attendees say that classroom-style setup is difficult for team activities. Consider a setup of rounds, which have been shown to enhance collaboration.
Let's go ahead, save that change, and send the request.
The request is sent. For next steps, I've created a draft request for your off-site dinner. Would you like to review?
I don't have time right now. Let's just wait until we've picked a venue. But hey, could you set a reminder so I don't forget?
Done.
There is so much opportunity and energy with AI, and we're just getting started. We'd love to hear your ideas and your feedback. So please come share them with us. We're in the Innovation Pavilion, and we have all kinds of AI demos. And please sign up for the research panel, sign up for the research betas. We need more of you. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for continuing to shape the future with us.